He's Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers star left-hander, joining us on the show. How are you, Clayton?
I'm doing good, Dan. Hey, I'm looking forward to that rodeo next year. That's going to be a blast.
Okay, would you go if I said, like 7 of your favorite, your favorite bros are going to go to a lake house, no women, and all you're going to do is just take your shirts off and run around in your bathing suit and do manly stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in. Let's go.
Have you ever done something like that?
Yeah, we go to, me and my buddies in high school, we go to Gaston. It's a little fishing trip every year in the winter. It's freezing cold, but it's pretty fun. Good times.
Yeah. Have you ever played cornhole?
Yes, I'm really good. No, taking the humility out of it. Not too bad.
Well, as a lefty, though, I mean, you're all about control, so I would think you'd be pretty good with the game cornhole.
There's a technique to it, though. It's not just you flip it. There's a spin that you have to use to get the bag to stay on better.
Kids that I went to school with growing up invented cornhole.
Really?
Yes, in Cincinnati. Yeah.
You're dating yourself.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Cornhole, it crosses all barriers, boundaries, and age groups. It's fun for the entire family.
It's a classic. It's a great game.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. That's all I needed to know. If you'd go on the bro trip and you play cornhole.
Appreciate that.
How would you explain the first half of the season for the Dodgers, of where you were and where you guys are now?
Yeah, kind of a roller coaster. I think just as bad as we played for those first 2 months, we're pretty fortunate to be where we're at.
Well, you're also, you ran the risk of losing Mattingly, that he was going to be fired. What did you guys think in the locker room when you would read those reports or hear those reports?
Yeah, we felt bad. We kind of felt, we did. We were responsible because we were playing so bad. So, Donnie was great, though. He kept his cool, and, he just knew that we could, if we kept the course, we still have a shot at this thing. And, we put a little streak together at the end, and, now we're right back in it, thankfully.
When did you realize Yasiel Puig was something a little bit different?
Well, in spring training, you see him, and, it's like, wow, this guy's got a ton of tools. But in the back of your head, you're saying, wow, it's spring training. It's, let's not get too high on the guy. But he basically just took that straight into the big leagues, and it's pretty impressive.
But, I pushed for him to be on the All-Star team. I thought, what, it's a reality show, so why not have him there? People are going to watch. He's played well in the first half of the season. Are you of the old school mentality that you have to earn it by playing a little bit more, or would you put him on the All-Star team?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd probably lean more towards old school. Just, if he wasn't on my team, I think that's how I'd feel. But, I think Bochy did it the right way. Let the fans decide. And, Freddie Freeman had a great first half. He would have been very exciting to watch at the All-Star game, no doubt. And I think he would have put on a show in the Home Run Derby if he were to get in that. And he's got plenty of time to do all that. I'm sure he can do it next year and have no problem.
When I talked to Bruce Bochy after the All-Star game, he said you two had a talk after you were quoted as saying that you were hurt that he went with Harvey instead of you to start the All-Star game. How did that come?
Yeah, I think I got misquoted a little bit. I wasn't hurt. I mean, I think, Matt Harvey, he should have started. It was in New York, and I said that weeks before, and then I think Bochy came out and said he would have started regardless if it was in New York or not. And all I said was, that's his opinion. That's fine, and I didn't have any problem with it. I think everybody's trying to make a huge deal out of it that I had a feud with Bochy or whatever. And he's a great guy. I have a ton of respect for him, and, he did the right thing.
Wait a minute. Well, when I heard you say you were hurt, I was surprised that you used the word hurt. So you never used that.
I don't know. If I did, I shouldn't have. That's a dumb word to use. I wasn't hurt.
I thought you were going to say I weeped. I cried when I heard I wasn't going to start. I'm hurt.
It sounds pretty emotional for an All-Star game.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
It sounds like a guy who would go on a bro trip with some dudes, like an Abercrombie and Fitch commercial. So that doesn't. I mean, you're a very sensitive guy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, me neither, apparently.
He's Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers Cy Young candidate, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. How do you pitch to Bryce Harper?
Yeah, I've never faced him before. I'm going to find out on Sunday, so I'll let you know.
But you have a scouting report on him.
Yeah, we'll go over that all today. I haven't looked yet, but I would assume that he's pretty aggressive. So you got to start early. You can't just get ahead with the strike. But that's probably all I can tell you right now.
Give me the guy you have faced that you still haven't figured out.
I got a few. Dexter Fowler, if you look at his numbers against me, it feels like 800. It might not be that high, but I can't get him out. And then actually, a guy over here in the Nationals, I'm going to have to figure it out here pretty soon, Ryan Zimmerman, got great numbers off of him.
Yeah, and it's usually, I mean, sometimes it's not always the marquee guy that owns you. Like sometimes it's just a second baseman who hits 242, but he bats 700 against you.
Oh, there's plenty of those guys for sure, always.
Expectations for the playoffs? Do you expect to be in the playoffs?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we got a great shot, and that's the fun part about being in it in the second half is we actually get to play for something. We're not out of it yet, so yeah. I mean, we fully expect to be right in this race, and we got a lot of games left for the Diamondbacks and the rest of our division too. So we got a good shot. I
know that you played football in high school, but what college were you going to go to if you went to play football? Yeah, that was a misquote on the air, too. How funny is that? All-Star game got that wrong, too. Yeah, I quit football after my freshman year. So unless there were some scouts there those freshman games, I don't think I was going to make it anywhere. Wait, they made it seem like you turned down scholarship offers to play at, like, Texas A&M? And yeah, they made me feel really athletic. Yeah, I was going to go play baseball at A&M, but no football. I looked at, I swear to God, when they said that, when I'm watching the telecast, I go, man, I look at you differently. Like you're not a pitcher, you were an athlete. Now you're telling me that you bowed out after your freshman year. Hold on a second here with the pitcher, not athlete. Let's clear that up for a second. Wait a minute. I've seen some of these pitchers. You seen Kurt Schilling's body? No comment. But I've seen some position player bodies too. So, that's even. Baseball's a different kind of sport. But if you were fat, overweight, let's say, could you do what you do? Yeah, probably. Yeah. But are there other sports that you could be overweight and do that unless you're like an offensive lineman in the NFL? I'll tell you this, baseball, eye-hand coordination. People, can decide what they want if that's an athletic skill or not, but those hitters and, some of those guys have to do, have the most incredible eye-hand coordination in the world. So I consider that a talent, an athletic skill. And you can be as big as you want to be and still hit a baseball. So it's pretty cool. All right. Worst body for a position player you've been around? I can't do that to those guys. They'll come right back at me. They'll probably say me. So. How about the best? The best? Yeah. Puig. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. I don't even know if the guy works out and he looks like that. It's incredible. Well, that's sort of like Bo Jackson. Like you get these guys and you just say, yeah, similar. Like, come on, you shouldn't look like that. It's not fair. It's amazing. Did you get to hang out with Magic Johnson at all when he comes around the team? How's that go? I think I saw him at spring training a lot, and then he's been around once or twice during the season, but he's got so much other stuff going on. Basketball just ended a little while ago, so he might be back around here pretty soon. I did see the numbers comparing you with Sandy Koufax. Have you seen that? Yeah, I get weird with that. I mean, I feel like Sandy was Sandy, and I've got such a long way to go to even come close to that. I got a long time to screw that up, Dan. So we'll hopefully talk about it in 10 years from now, I guess. Have you met him? Yeah, he's awesome. Sandy's the best. So much respect for that guy and what he's done, and he just wants to help. And he actually came around for a week in spring training this year, and he's been around a little bit more. So it's been awesome to have him around. But do you ask your dad or older guys to say, can you give me perspective on Koufax? It's one thing to see the numbers, and they're scary, but to understand sort of who he was, what he was. Yeah, I mean, for that 8-9 year period, you look at his stats, or you just hear people talk about it, and it's amazing. I mean, how did you do that? And I don't know if it's never going to be repeated again. I know that much. Well, good luck against Bryce Harper and the Nationals on Sunday, and thanks for joining us as always. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Clayton Kershaw. So he's in. He's in for the Brodeo. Another young guy, though, with his shirt off. That's not good for us. Yeah, Paulie.
Wiffle ball at the Brodeo just went up big time. Clayton Kershaw?
He has to pitch right-handed. Oh. Kershaw's pitching right-handed. Now, how do you get those stories wrong where he turned down scholarship offers to play football in college? Other than that, it was correct. And then that he was hurt, quote, hurt, when he wasn't. That shocked me when I saw the quote. I go, hurt? I can't imagine somebody saying, I'd be disappointed, or, hey, if it was a Dodger Stadium, I would have thought, you would have said me. I understand Matt Harvey at home. I was surprised when I heard that he was hurt, but he cleared it up a little bit there.